But when we pretend and try to impress people, live for our image, that puts pressure on us. We have to perform and make sure they think I'm good, I'm strong, I'm talented. Take off the mask. You can be real. Well, Joel, what if they think less of me? What they think of you doesn't really matter. They don't control your destiny. If your friends judge you for being real, they're not true friends. A true friend will accept you for who you are, faults, weaknesses, shortcomings, and all. And people that judge you are not being honest with themselves. They have their own issues. They're just wearing their mask, hoping that you don't notice. Everybody is dealing with something. There are no perfect people. But we live in a society that stresses image. It tells us if we don't have it all together, if you don't wear the latest, drive the latest, hang out with the most popular, then you're less than. This creates all kinds of pretending, wearing masks, trying to impress. And that may feel strong, but in fact, it's weak. If you can't be honest with yourself, if you have to hide your struggles, act a certain way to keep up your image, that's going to keep you from your full potential. God is not looking for the ideal you, the pretend you, the future you. He's looking for the real you. And this is what the Apostle Paul did. He said in Philippians 3, I count not myself to have apprehended. One version says, I'm still not everything that I should be. Now, Paul was one of the greatest apostles that ever lived. He wrote half of the books in the New Testament. He was a scholar, a theologian. He spoke 5 languages. No one was more effective than Paul. But he had the humility to admit, I don't have it all together. I'm doing my best, but I'm not there yet. He could have let pride hide his weaknesses, mask his shortcomings, but he was vulnerable. Nobody would have argued if he had said, hey, I wrote half of the scripture. I've attained the highest level. Paul was a great man, but as he neared his death, when he could have impressed people, when he could have bolstered his image, instead he took off his mask. He was real. That's the kind of people God promotes. There's power in vulnerability. It's okay to say, I'm not there yet. I'm still struggling with these issues, but I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going around pretending. I'm at peace with not being perfect. If you're not vulnerable, you'll stop growing. If you can't be honest with yourself and say, God, I need your help. I'm acting strong, but God, I'm afraid. I don't know which way to go. When you empty yourself out, then God will fill you. But God cannot fill a vessel that's already full. If you're full of yourself, acting, I said it nice, acting, pretending, wearing masks, there's no room for God. But when we humble ourselves and empty out our pride, our doubts, our fears, then God will fill us with favor, with strength. He'll help us get to the next level.